Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we'll see about YAML. So YAML, which is also abbreviated as YAML Markup Language, is nothing but a data format like JSON, CSV, and XML. This is like another data format which we can mostly use it for Ansible scripts and also for Kubernetes. So whenever you are writing a deployment file and also in Docker Compose, so most of these things you will be using a YAML file. And YAML file, we have one YAML file here, and in today's video we'll be seeing how to serialize the YAML file and deserialize into a Python object. On those lines, we'll see what are all the methods available. So in Python, there is a package called PyYAML. So we will be it's not a default package. So we'll be installing that in package manager using the package name in the PyPy is PyYAML. So we will be installing that. And through this video, we will be seeing what are all the methods that is available over this YAML package, and we'll just try it out with our own script. So first things first, so we'll just look into the YAML object. So we'll just see I mean the YAML format. So how the YAML file look like or something like that. We'll see that. So this is the YAML file, and the unique feature about YAML file is you can have a single file, but you can convert it, or you can hold a multiple YAML documents or a YAML no like uh, data inside it. So you can just split it just by giving the three dots. So this is just for start of the YAML file. So you can split like this. You can have multiple YAML files, but still it is treated as a single file. But you can have a separate kind of a separate YAML data. You can take it out. So this is uh, one feature I have noticed in YAML. And so the data format which we are saving the YAML file is, you can use two methods. One is YML and also YAML. I don't think there is any difference. No, it's their own their own decision only. You can use based on your convenience. You can use either YML or YAML. And so most the predominant methods that are available in this YAML is these are all the methods. YAML.load. So YAML.load is nothing but you can you can take the first YAML document and produce the corresponding object. And like that, you have something called YAML.saveload. Here you are able to see here, right? Here what they have given is they have given the definition as you can pass the first YAML document. So why they have given pass the first YAML document is, if the YAML document having a multiple if the YAML file is having multiple YAML document, it will just take the first document alone when you are using safe load. And this is to be known for safe for untrusted input. So it has some security features. So using that, we can handle the untrusted files as well. So if you know the file, or if you are having the file, but if you are having the file from the internet or something like that, the YAML outputs from the internet, so in those things you can use safe load. But always it's better to use the safe load method here. And even I have the preference of using the safe load. And one more catch here is, it will resolve only basic YAML tags. So safe load, that's the one thing. And we have again, this is for deserialization, right? So you can also serialize a Python object into a YAML file or a YAML format. So in those lines, you have methods called YAML.dump and again a YAML.saveDump. And also you have and apart from this, for both YAML.load and other things, as I said, right, a single YAML file you can contain multiple YAML documents. So for the in those lines, you can parse all the YAML documents that is available in that YAML file. And if in case if you need to dump it in a single file, you can have multiple Python objects like multiple dictionaries, and you can iterate it. It is kind of a iterative thing. You can add all these things into a single Python into a single YAML file, which consists of multiple YAML documents. So we are just going to see all these things today. So we have to just first import the YAML package here. And as I said, like it's not a, default package. You can install it from the pip package manager using this command. So this is the package name PyYAML. So you can use this. I already have that. So I actually don't need it. So let us just start with the script here. Okay, it's already there. So here, what you can see is like I'll just start with this a few initialization things. And anyway, we need to open the file, right? So for that, I'm using this OS module as well. So I'll just get the current directory here. We can get the current working directory using this method get cwd. You might be knowing, no, like we have already no, saw this in this OS module basics in my previous video. So please check out to that if you haven't watched it. And again, we have to give the file path here, right? We have to give the file path, and you can use the os.path.join to give the full path. So you can have the script anywhere. Okay, so why do we need to give the full path? So in this case, if I can just give the file alone, I say I need to open this file, both this file and my script is in the same place, and also I'm going to execute the script in the same path only. So in those lines, I don't need to I can just hardcode the file alone. But in some cases, you have to run the script in a different file or even a different computer. You have to run it in a different computer, and those lines and all, for those cases only you are just getting from the compile, from the runtime you are just taking and directly using this OS module, and from that you are just using you are forming the file here. So you are just giving the current directory as the input, and also the file name is this one. Given the file name, actually the employee, I have spelled it wrongly while creating the file, so I'm just giving the same here. And you have just you have just initialized the file, right? So we'll just come up with some function, YAML explore. I'll name this function as YAML explore. So first things first, we'll just open this file. So open file path. So we are just going to read this, right? So I'm just reading it. I'm just giving the R as the parameter here. YAML dot safe load. I am just using safe load here. It's just my preference. So, okay, now you can just print the YAML data here just to check whether you are able to get the Python object. Okay, my bad, I haven't called the function yet. Okay, so if you are able to see here, it has converted it into a dictionary, and it is having a key called employees and also a key called company. And inside that, it is again a list. Employees is a list of dictionaries, and company is also a dictionary. So this is the format. We have seen it here. So now we'll just add a comment here, so like what we are doing. So here, first step, what we are doing is we are deserializing the YAML file, which is nothing but converting YAML format to a Python object. So in this case, it's a dictionary. And now what we can do is you have the YAML data here, right? So here, this is the dictionary. So you can handle the dictionary, you can modify the key, you can modify the values. You can also add another entry or something like that. You can do anything, right? So we'll just do that things as well. So we'll have some other function called add a new employee. So here what we can do is like you can have a new employee dictionary already initialized here. So you can have name. I'll give the name. Sorry, I will give the name, department, and everything one by one here. ID 108 and department. So that is the another key, right? I'm just forming the same structure just to understand, just for the understanding. So the next thing is skills. So if you're able to see here, skills is it's not a string, it's again a list here. So we'll just add the data and on Ansible and networking. So these are all some skills I've added to this employee. And now like what we can do is like you can append it, right? So here you can parse the dictionary. I am just I just need the key called employees here. So I'm just going to add to the list of dictionaries. So I'll just add the new employee here. So now what has been done is the YAML data, right? So this YAML data, okay. So we are not parsing the data, right? So it can accept the input called YAML data here, and I'm just going to call the function here, add a new employee, and I'm just going to give the YAML data as a input to this function. So we'll just add a comment here. So what we're going to do here is in this function or a block of code is like we are going to serialize the YAML document, serialize the Python object into a YAML document or a YAML file. And we are also modifying the existing object. So two things we are just clubbing it into a single function. So you are calling this YAML data, and out of which you need the employees. So this is a list, and you are just appending the new dictionary to it, to the existing list of dictionaries. So now what you can do is you can open. We have to again serialize into a YAML content, right? For that, I'm just opening a file here. This is a new file, and the file name is updated. What do you call? Hmm, updated employee. Updated employee final. I'll just give this name, and we are going to write the file. So I need to open it in the write mode. File. So first things first, we have to convert it into a YAML document, right? So I can use the YAML dot save dump here, and I can give the YAML data. So here I have to give another thing, sort keys. So by default, sort keys is true here in YAML. Whereas in JSON, we in the previous videos during the JSON, we have seen that sort keys is not a mandatory thing. By default, it's false, right? So we have been skipping it. If we need it, we can sort it. But in this YAML scenario, they have been defaulted the sort keys as true. So if you don't want to change your dictionaries order or the keys order, you have to mandatorily give the sort keys false. And you are just you have to file you have to write the file, right? So file to dot write. I'm just giving the YAML dot. So the YAML object is given here. So now what you are doing is you are just initializing the current working directory or getting the file path, and you are just going to this function here. So in this function, first things you are just reading the file, and you are just converting it into a Python dict. and once printing that, you are calling another function which is responsible for modifying the existing dictionary, and you are just appending some values to it. You are just adding a new section to it, and you are just and writing the same content into another file of a same YAML format. So in this video, you are able to see how to load the file and as well how to dump the file here. So let us just run and see. Okay, so it has printed. So now we'll just go and see file updated employee dot final. So this is the employee file. It was having only two employees. One is Alice and another is Bob. But as per our script, we have added a new employee called John, and we have appended to the employees list here. So now we are able to see here, right? The first employee is Alice, second employee is Bob, and third employee is John. So this has been added. So we have modified it successfully. We have modified it. And as I said, right, by default, the sort keys is false here. So I'm just skipping it here. So in this scenario, we'll see how it reacts. So all your keys will get alphabetically ordered here. So now if you are able to see, the company came first, employee. So why I just gave uh, this here is like it is just confusing, right? You can't correlate my previous file and the updated file. So for that case only I've added this case here. So it's your preference only. So how you can do it. And again, so YAML, so since the YAML format is kind of a new, so what we can do is like we can just compare it with some other known data format, and we can see the correlation, like what's the syntax. So we'll see the YAML syntax as well. So I'm just going to put this in a YAML to JSON converter, and we'll see. So here you are able to see here, right? So whenever there is a key and you are giving the colon, so if it is ending with a colon, then it's kind of a key, right? So this entire thing is a dictionary, and for the dictionary you are having a key called company, and which is nothing but another dictionary. So the dictionary, this is considered as a dictionary because based on this indentation, and so established. So indentation is very important in YAML, and established is a key and its value is 2010. So something for those things based on the indentation, it is considered as these are all the keys of this dictionary called company. And if you are able to see the employees here, likewise, right? But how it, why it is opened as a list here? Um, but when you are able to see the company, it is also again it is kept inside this indentation, but this is opened as a list, right? So the reason for that is it is considered as a list of dictionaries. You are able to see the hyphen here. So whenever there is a hyphen, it is nothing but a list iterator. So iterator of a list. So the main thing, it will become a list, and the subsections, it can be anything. So in our case, it is a dictionary. So department is IT and ID, something like that. And again, you're able to see the skills here, right? So the skills here is Python, Linux, and networking, but each is having one hyphen. So hyphen includes again a list, elements of a list here. So it is converted into a list here. So this is the comparison between YAML and JSON. So if you need to write a YAML file on your own, you can either uh, kind of write a JSON file by your own, since JSON is more used widely, and you can convert it into a YAML. So how you can do? Again, you can use this JSON methods to convert the JSON file into a dictionary, and from that dictionary you can use YAML.dump to convert it into a YAML file. So previously we have seen the things, right? JSON.load loads like that. So using those methods, you can convert it into a Python object. And after converting it into a Python object, you can use YAML.safe-load or YAML.load or YAML.load, or something on those lines. You can use that and write it into a YAML file. So now your YAML syntax is ready. Until you are getting used to it, you can follow this method. or if you are if you can, it is always good to practice directly. You can you have multiple no, like YAML syntax formatters or something online tools, so you just write it, and based on that you can correct it whenever you are facing any issues. So yeah, that's it for the day. So thank you guys, hope you have enjoyed this video. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe my YouTube channel. Bye.